My name's Daniella Williams. I'm from Toronto, and I'm a figurative painter. My work focuses on vulnerability and voyeurism. It's really important, I think, to have your own space to create in and to work in. I know it was like a huge kind of turning point for my career when I was able to just see the work that I had created in front of me and be surrounded by my own pieces, and also to be around other artists, I think, is really important. So yeah, to have that space where you can come and focus and just allot that time to your work, I think makes a huge difference to me, at least. Yeah.
And here that's a good, because you can bounce ideas.
Yeah.
From each other.
Yeah, exactly. And like once you're out of like post-secondary, or if you went to college or university for art, like you really miss that kind of connectedness and the ability to like have critiques, and I think it's a huge part for growth as an artist. The pandemic almost divided my time as an artist over the last 2 years, like right in the middle, in the sense that like for the first year and a half when everything was in lockdown, it was a nice opportunity for me to be able to just focus solely on painting. Like I was like, okay, I can't make connections right now, I can't really be in the gallery space, so I'm gonna allot this time to just like pumping out new paintings, new work, kind of like perfecting my craft. But it's been interesting the last few months because I really had to like shift my gears into like business mode, and had to really be honest with myself about where my career was heading and what kind of like networking and connections I wanted to make in order to like propel myself. So yeah, it's mainly been in the sense of like shifting my focus from like, okay, it's just me and my paintings and me and my studio, to like now I'm like having to put myself out there, talk to a lot of new people, and make the connections. But they've both been so like beneficial in their own ways. I definitely fall into that category. I was just saying this to one of my friends the other day, that like if somebody told me like I had to put in like 15 hours a day into my work and, you know, really like get down to the nitty-gritty, I'd be like no problem, like I can do that. I can work alone and work hard. But you know, it's a whole other story when it's like, you know, you have to put yourself out there, you have to be vulnerable, you have to be okay with people telling you they don't like what you're doing or they don't get it. I think that going to university for fine art was amazing in the sense that it gave me really kind of like classical skills on how to approach painting like a master would, or like, you know, somebody who's been doing it because a lot of the professors are practicing artists, and they were successful in the gallery space, and then they move on to work as professors. But I definitely feel like in terms of having that tough skin to like because when you're an artist, like you're not only selling your work, like you're selling yourself. Like I'm also like a big part of like the business, not just the work. And I think that that's something that like university didn't really prepare me for. Like I've really had to kind of find my way and make connections and ask a lot of other people, how are you succeeding? How are you getting your artwork out there? And then find what works for me in that way. My parents, I have like the world's most supportive parents, which I think is something that not a lot of people can say as a creative or as an artist, because it's not always the most promising path for finances. But my parents were very supportive of me going to school for university and then continuing on to pursue it outside of my schooling. It's honestly been my passion since like I could walk or talk. It's always been the only thing I've wanted to do. I've always said that like I felt like painting chose me. I didn't choose to paint. So I think that it was like no surprise or anything like that. My family is like, they're not creatives. My mom, my dad, my sister is, she's a counselor. So she really, you know, she's tapped into that like intuitive side of herself, but not like she's not an artist or anything like that. But my my grandmother on my mom's side is a seamstress and grew up doing a lot of like illustration and like designing clothes. So I think maybe I got like a knack for drawing from her, maybe, yeah. My mom is Italian and my dad's Jamaican, yeah.
All right, hardworking people.
Yeah.
So art?
Yeah.
Art? I know.
No, it's funny. I don't know. Like I have the sweetest like family when it comes to like the career path. Like I think that they see me working hard. So like, you know, if they knew that I was just kind of like, yeah, like it'll come to me. But I'm hungry for it. So I think that that's why they like support me. Yeah. A lot of my paintings are based on moments in my own life, and they're meant to be very voyeuristic and intimate. I want the viewer to feel like they're interrupting or like intruding on a private moment that maybe they've seen themselves, like they can pull some kind of like recognition from it, or they can sense from my hand that it was like a special person or a special moment to me. My work has always been like very close to home, very intimate. At the beginning of my career, a lot of my work was based around like my own feelings towards like my body and femininity, and I would paint a lot of nude portraits of like friends or like of myself, and it was kind of like my own cathartic means to like work through those struggles. But it's evolved into this place of like, how can I reflect how other people like show their emotions on their face or in their like most like comfortable moments. So I like to go into like, I like to catch photos, like candid photos, or be in somebody's comfortable space, like their home. Being a part of what we do is important at Stacked Market was wonderful. I got to meet some amazing artists that I'm planning on working with in the future and who I'm still in contact with now. It was a really amazing event to see that there was a focus on just the BIPOC community and like the work that was being put into creating representation. I actually think that the opportunities for Black artists and BIPOC artists are better than they've ever been, I would say. I think that most of my friends who are creatives are a part of the BIPOC community, and I think that there's such a big emphasis on that aspect of the work for themselves and for the non-BIPOC community. Like I can see the importance that everybody is like noticing in shining a light on those artists. I graduated in 2019. I just turned 25, like a month and a half ago. Thank you. I'm Aquarius. It's funny because like I already feel like time is escaping me. Like I know I'm so young, but I'm like, I feel that kind of like that need to like hustle, and I'm like, you know, like life's so short. I want to take every opportunity that I can get and be the best artist that I can be. But I'm trying to push my work into into the gallery space. I really want to be a part of like a larger community of artists, and I think that I see my work being in like a space of like intellects. Like that's where I like to see my work headed. Because I feel like I put a lot of thought into my work, and there's like a dialogue around it that I really enjoy speaking about, and I think that I also I take a lot of like joy from being around other artists who feel the same about their work. But I hope to be maybe in like New York, in like a big city, having some type of like gallery representation, maybe having my own gallery at some point, yeah. If you want to learn more about my art or see more of my work, you can follow me on Instagram at Daniella Williams Art, or you can head to my website, which is www.daniellawilliamsart.com. I'm hosting a show at the end of June in Toronto that I'll be posting about on my social media as well. And I'm always like excited to talk to any prospective clients, or just like if you have any questions about my work as well, I'm always open to answer.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.